formulation the word candidate, because in South Africa, we do not necessarily have a rollout of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. We have what they call an implementation study of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine candidate, with a focus on healthcare workers, because they are frontline workers. They are the most who interact with people who come forward to test for COVID-19. And as we have seen last year, we have had healthcare workers infected, and then we have lost others. So the protocol being administered now is a study whose population is healthcare workers. The idea is that once the study is successful, the rollout will now be massified according to its other phases. So that's the information available in the public.
Yes. Now, obviously, we are talking about the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, and certain observations that have been made is with regard to South Africa. And I would raise this question: are we bending over to accommodate the Western pharmaceutical companies like Johnson & Johnson, like Novavax, like AstraZeneca, for instance? And we know with the AstraZeneca debacle, we know now that Johnson & Johnson has replaced them.
With the AstraZeneca debacle, we all wish the government could have handled the matter separately. At the time when the vaccines were developed, the so-called 501Y.V2 variant of the COVID-19 had not yet been detected. So the AstraZeneca vaccine was developed based on the initial variant, or the original COVID-19 SARS-CoV-2 virus. So when the virus underwent mutation and changed several of its characteristics, the AstraZeneca vaccine was not effective against the new variant. So this was discovered. Sometimes you hope in hindsight that studies be done, and once those studies and data from the studies give you a green light, you proceed. And we can see that with the Johnson & Johnson vaccine candidate, there are laboratory studies done, and now it is in a clinical trial phase. In South Africa, it is called implementation study, to see what will happen, to understand what data can be gathered from the implementation study, which data should be taken into account moving forward once the vaccine is cleared for a massive use. Definitely, there is always room for improvement. We just wish that the government itself, especially the Department of Health, has noted what has happened. The Minister of Health did come out, by the way, to say that what happened with the AstraZeneca vaccine was a disappointment. We're just happy because the vaccines have since been given under the African Union to countries that do not have the second variant, because in those countries it will work.
Mm. And just, quickly, we have got about a minute or two, Dr. Mashilo. Just looking at the Johnson & Johnson vaccine rollout, can we really call it a rollout? Because from what you are saying, that at this point in time, it is in clinical trial phase, and obviously this is a research program. And some way they would question the fact that are we used as guinea pigs for this vaccine?
It is incorrect to call it a rollout. There is that inconsistency from the government sometimes. Others refer to it as a rollout, but from a scientific perspective, Glenn Gray, who is the lead scientist in the study, insists that it is an implementation study. So it will be correct to say that it is an implementation study with a large population. The larger the population, the greater the possibility of more data to be gathered to understand how things will work when you move forward. So at this moment, it is safe to say we have an implementation rollout study. That is safe to say.
Well, thank you very much for that and for clarifying the issue with us this morning, Dr. Alex Mashilo. We wish you all the best, and please take care and please be safe.
Thank you so much.
Dr. Alex Mashilo, Central Committee member of the South African Communist Party, with us this morning. And just before we sign off, just to let you know what is coming up on the Miriam Mkwanda show, the ICRA Foundation in Nigeria has partnered up with Raised for Excellence and launched Island, an initiative which extends to educate boys between the ages of 14 and 17 in a special correctional center in Lagos, Nigeria. Majority of the boys at the center are unable to read and write. So join Miriam Mkwanda this morning, and this is on the mid-morning show at 12:30 when she chats to Aisha Oloradi, the executive director and founder of ICRA Foundation. And with that, it's time for me to sign off, and I'll be back with you once again, inshallah, tomorrow. Same time, same place. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Listen to something fresh.